The attorney will continue to face felony charges of sexual assault and domestic abuse after a judge today denies 2 motions to dismiss the case.
61-year-old David Rashid is also back on the job today following an internal investigation by the city, finding the charges are not connected to his duties at City Hall. In a First Alert update, Jason Zimmerman has the latest from today's hearing.
Neenah City Attorney David Rashid appearing in Winnebago County Court on charges connected to having non-consensual sex with his now ex-wife dating back to 2017.
We are here to continue to fight to clear David's name. These hearings, these motions are all part of that process, and we're committed to what we say is a search for the truth, which did not happen in the underlying investigation on the criminal claims that were made.
The initial investigation, according to the criminal complaint, started with an anonymous email to police accusing Rashid of abusing his ex-wife. Court records say Rashid told the woman he didn't need consent, being her husband. In court Monday, attorneys for Rashid asked the judge to dismiss the case, claiming there's a lack of probable cause for the felony charges. The judge did not agree, saying the victim asked Rashid to stop.
The victim stated that she did not consent.
Mayor Jane Lang declined to comment after the court hearing, telling us she stands by her statement from Friday, saying in part the city's investigation did not find evidence to support a finding that Mr. Rashid was or is a danger to others, or that he is unable at this time to perform his duties as a city attorney, end quote. Action 2 News has requested a copy of that report, which so far hasn't been made public. Rashid's attorney also wanting it.
I mean, we hope to see the report, but that's what we want. We want this to be about the truth.
The mayor saying the decision to have Rashid back on the job could also be reconsidered should other facts arise. Reporting in Neenah, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.